Hi and welcome. Today I want to show you how to test your website speed with a case study, a live case study. In this case, this is a website that we worked on a while ago. They have done some changes and there are some more speed optimizations they can do. And I think the changes they've done have slowed down the website. But I'll show you how to spot that. It's quite simple. So what you do is you grab the URL as the user's going to see it and you jump across to something called tools.pingdom.com. What you do is you pop in the URL, and it's very important that you use a testing location that's closest to your average visitor. You click start test, you wait a little bit, and it's going to spew out some results. As I mentioned, we do not care about performance grade. It is irrelevant. What we are looking at is page size, load time, and requests, and these all look very good. That's a little bit on the high side, but we'll delve into that now. One thing, we'll come back to that. So what you're going to do is you're going to look over here, and this will tell you a little bit about it. You know, in terms of this 1.4 megabytes, what made up all this page weight. And here you will see an image or images are making up 63.5. In some of our training, there's stats that tell us that the average website, the page weight is made up 64% by images and media. And here we've just done a test and it's 63.5. So that stat is spot on. So what we're going to do is look to optimize the images over here. And there's not too much more that can be done over here. And again, here you can look at the number of requests. If they've got too many images or too many CSS scripts, etc., that can all be seen over here. Here you can have a look at the content size again. So this, think about these two are about the size and the weight. And here's the number of requests. So here you will see that this particular, whatever that is generating 58% of this weight. And that is a major problem. And that is why this site is a little sluggish. Jump down here and you can play with the waterfall. You can go through all of these. I won't go into them too much, but I'm going to jump into total size and I'm going to go from the heaviest first. Go for the quick wins is what I say. And over here, if you click on this here, whatever this is, that is adding a huge weight, and look at this massive delay. So that is the first thing I would go in and have a look to optimize. The second thing I wanted to show you is that if you rerun this tool, again, I mentioned that we did a little bit of optimization here. We haven't done the full thing and they have added some stuff. And I guarantee you that that slow image is probably this big one over here. Remember we talked about a website and we said that there are three parts to website speed. There's the perceived load time, there's the full load time, there's the repeat visitor load time, and there's mobile and desktop. Well, in this case, we reran the speed test. And look what's happened here, 465 milliseconds, lightning fast. Our system, our speed integrations are working like they should. This means that if somebody comes back to the site, they have got a very fast website. And that is just us retesting it. So here it's come down. So the second time somebody comes, they will see it at 0.465 of a second, lightning fast. We can jump across to a tool called GT Metrics. I'll explain this a little bit, but in this tool you run the same thing. It's a little bit slower. I'm not going to go into the details now or we'll be here all day. But when you're running this tool, what I use it for is to test different locations, test different browsers, and finally I test different connections. If the average user is on a 3G mobile network, we will need to test it here using that, and the results will be completely different. And finally, we will jump across to page speed insights. This gives us an idea as to how Google sees the site, and that's important for a number of reasons. And I talked about something called time to first byte at some point, and that is the perceived load time. If you look here it will tell you a little bit about 1 to 1.8 seconds. A bit of blank, they can't do anything here, and then they're already engaging with the website. So that's fantastic. That means that the person's reading, getting involved, and the rest of the site is just loading in the background. And if you jump across here to the mobile version, and that image that we spotted in the pingdom over here at the bottom, this is having a massive impact here on the Google page speed. So that, whatever they've done here, they haven't optimized, and that's a problem. 48, not great. Again, I just use these as a ballpark. Green is, think of it as green is good, orange is okay, and red is bad. So let's have a look as to why it's bad. Remember I talked about the white screens on a mobile device. This person can't do anything, starting to load here. and they may have left in this window. So we need to fix that so that it gets better. And look at this, 5.4 seconds. It's not really very good. And I guess it's got to do with this massive image that they've shoved here, hoping to earn some sort of revenue, I hope. And you can just test that, the lost number of people versus the extra revenue that this picture brings them. And that is how you test website page speed using these tools.